So the question has been recently posed to me that with the things that I talk about relationally, am I opposed to long-term committed monogamous relationships? And I'm actually not. From what I've come to experience and have been taught and learned about, is there is models for that that can be successful and be fulfilling and rich and healthy and loving and just full of all kinds of amazing things. Most people don't have those though, from what I've seen. But for me, it's not attractive to me for my life path moving forward. It's not what I want to do. So as I speak about these things, there is a component of that, but I will come back around to later episodes of teaching what I've come to learn about being healthy relational models where you can get to that. But I am kind of laying foundational work to that as well with developing self-love and self-worth in these things as the starting point before you get into a long-term thing. So we'll see how that goes over time.
And getting mentally prepared to go out of the country, not trying to cram everything into no time that I have, and also going out. I haven't been smoking as much, and now when I smoke, I get high. Shit.
A tolerance thing. So picking up from where I mentioned in the last episode some things about, a lot about attachment, foundational to so many things, but being able to move forward in life with yourself and with other people relationally, where attachment is not the driving force because your attachment is kind of rooted in a place of lack inside. So what do we do about the lack inside? If you can get to where you're alone, be lonely, be scared, cry, hurt, all those things. If you can get past the point where you're reaching out to another person, usually an ex of some sort or just someone like them or something familiar or whatever, to pacify this void inside there, if you can learn to build and fill that void from the inside from a place of self-love and fulfillment, that changes everything. It can launch you into a future that is not full of lack, and you're not making decisions based on lack, trying to fill the void inside yourself. So the way to kind of look at this is when you break up with somebody, so many of us go back to exes, and I would call it relational relapsing, really. When someone leaves your life and you've got a relationship that's ended, especially if it's a dysfunctional one, there's a shape inside of you that person filled. And when they leave, there's like a puzzle piece shaped just like them. And the easiest thing for us to pacify that is to reach back and get that same puzzle piece and fit it in. It's a subconscious thing because it's our comfort zone and it's familiar even if it's dysfunctional. So the easiest thing is to grab that same puzzle piece and put it back because it fits perfectly. For a period of time, it eases the pain, it eases the suffering, but given enough time, sometimes a little bit, sometimes a lot, you're gonna be right back where you started, and this dysfunctional thing may take a big chunk of your time again moving forward that you could be not wasting and spending it on yourself. So the process is basically this: let the void be there. And think of it like, even though we're at a lake here, it's beautiful, right? Boardman Lake. The idea is pretend like you're standing on the beach and the waves are coming in and the waves are washing in, and the waves represent the suffering, and our human instinct is to protect ourselves and to ease the pain. So that's natural. So what we're trying to do is push the waves out and push them out and protect ourselves from being splashed over. That's the wrong thing to do. Learn to get past the human nature of protecting yourself. Invite the pain in, let it be your best friend. Because what happens is, as the waves of suffering come in and they wash, the water's turbulent and washes around you. It goes up to the beach and then it washes back out. And as it goes out, every time the wave goes out, it takes a component of suffering with it. And it leaves you, there is the healing. Another wave will come in a few minutes and they'll wash out, take more suffering with it. This process may go on for a while, but if you embrace the pain and make it your best friend, you will be healed. After a period of time, the tide starts to go down, the waves subside, and all of a sudden you're standing on a glorious beach in the sun and you're healed. That puzzle shape void from the last person you were with begins to close and might completely close, and you start to find self-worth and self-love and fulfillment where you're not, hopefully moving forward, having to reach out into other people and other experiences to fill that void. That is a really good starting point. There's more to come after that's taken hold of you. Basil. Let's do some breathing.
Vlog.
Teach me something.
Okay, so make your finger, put these 2 fingers down, these last 2 fingers up, and your thumb out. And now what we're gonna do is start on the right side nostril, and you're going, I guess it doesn't matter what side we start. So you're gonna plug the right side nostril, you're gonna breathe in through the left side nostril for 8 counts. I can't even get to 8 right now because I wasn't prepared. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these other fingers and you're gonna close your nose and you're gonna hold your breath try to get to 16 counts, and then you're gonna let your breath out the right side nostril while switching hands. So you're gonna go like, first you're gonna start like this, and then like this, and then like this.
Okay.
And then you're gonna get to the bottom of your breath and breathe back in and do it again to the other side.
Okay.
Okay?
Ready.
Ready.
Is this the male-female side thing? I heard about that.
Yeah, so like your lunar and solar side.
Yeah.
Erica was telling me too that when she was in India that they learned how if you're having trouble sleeping, right? So one side of your nostrils are always going to be more clogged than the other side, which means whatever side is less clogged is where you have, let's say, an imbalance. And so you're able to kind of balance both sides by doing these breathing exercises.
Okay, so my left side was more clogged. What does that mean?
So if your left side's more clogged, then your lunar side is more clogged, so you're more active on the solar side. So
Which
maybe
is the
you're
male?
going to be more like awake.
Huh.
Or, so, I mean, in terms of sleeping, let's say. Okay. So, yeah, if you know.
Okay. So the obsidian, that stone reveals the darkness that's present. There's light and dark and everything, but it reveals the darkness. So dark, traumatic things can be let go. And then the light can shine and you can receive more light and blessings into your life, into our lives. So what we can do right now is just, as the thoughts of the negative things that have been bothering us present themselves, what we resist persists, so don't resist the thoughts. Invite them in for a second. Let them wash right through you. And as they go, they're taking their energy with them, their negative energy with them. And each one just goes, and the next one shows up, and it just goes. And then direct your conscious thoughts as the room is made for them to go into new areas. Find this little space between us right here with these crystals and this little energy bubble. And just receive whatever the universe has to give you. You can also think of it as you have a coffee cup and it's full, and we're clearing out the mucky bottom feeders out of the cup and making room. And as the level of the coffee goes down, there's more room for light things to come in from higher vibrational places that are going to fill it from the top. And our cup continually gets refilled with more high vibrational things from here forward. So I'm definitely feeling a lighter energy. Did you feel things let go? Because I did.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's like cords attached to your back. All these tentacles that hang on us, and it's like a cord cutting thing sometimes needs to happen. And then you can float and be higher and free.
I do feel a lot lighter. I feel really still. I was feeling really busy. Like my mind was constantly racing. And now I feel like, even just visually looking at the water is helping me be still inside.
And that kid floating out there on the alligator floaty with glass water is pretty peaceful.
Now he's still.
What were we saying about?
Lately, when I feel like I've been talking to people about wanting to do my own thing, or wanting to go out and explore new things by myself, go hiking on my own, or go climb on my own, I feel like I've been getting responses that are almost like pity, like, oh, you deserve to do things with people, like, I'll go with you, I'll go do this with you, da-da-da. And it's like, no, that's okay, like, that's great that people want to hang out, and I enjoy people's company at the same time, but I'm also very content and excited to do things by myself right now, and it's just not very broadly accepted easily. It takes some convincing to explain to people that that's what I want to do.
I totally get that. I've had that discovery myself these last couple months. Like the first episode of my thing here, I just wanted to go by myself up to the mountains, up on a mountain, and climb a mountain by myself, bring no one, and kind of prove to myself that I can do it by myself, but a little bit of self-discovery on that as well. And I'm kind of a social butterfly, so it's new for me to redirect that into inward, but I guess for me it's like I'm learning to redirect a lot of things in my life from the outward to the inside. So that's been quite enjoyable to kind of find myself for the first time really ever. Is that kind of feeling that a little bit with wanting to go that direction?
Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to shed some of the barriers that were keeping me from that in the past, but that there's still a lot of barriers there that need to be recognized and explored.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
I'm excited for you.